Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
Nick, you guys at betJACK just launched a new app. What is the exact app that people want to look for? Because Jay had a problem actually finding it. We had one name up on our screen from when you guys did it on the sports parlor, and then Jay couldn't find it. So how do people find it, and is it across all phone platforms?
Yeah, it is. It's across all phone platforms. It's also online at, the good old traditional www.betjack.com. But the app is definitely a lot more sleek. It's on the App Store. It's on the Google Play Store. Just search betJACK betJACK Training Camp. The logo to it is the traditional Jack J that, the same as the casino downtown Thistledown in North Randall. So yeah, it's a super sleek app. It's exactly a sports book. It's completely free to sign up, free to get started. And free to do the whole thing. There's no money involved. There's no credit cards or anything like that. So super dope.
And I know did it launch after March Madness, or was it launching during and you kind of got a chance to try it out? And I know you recorded something at Nick Padone 12 on Twitter. You recorded yourself at the MAC tournament. So exactly. I had it a little bit before. I've had it for a long time now. Like, truth be told, I've had this thing for a while, and it's been in development for a while. So we've had different test flights and obviously that whole process in development. But yeah, so I was able to go to the Mid-American Championship game in Cleveland and bet on the app there. And we made a video for that for betJACK, as well as, I was able to go down this past week to Cincinnati for their home opener, Reds versus Guardians, kind of the perfect opportunity. betJACK definitely we want to own Ohio. We want people to know that, we're the only gaming company that's from Ohio, originally started and still going in Ohio. So we want to make sure people know that Cleveland, Columbus, Cincy, all those big markets kind of have, their home, because just like us, we all love Cleveland so much. Those people are exactly the same in Cincinnati. They saw that we were wearing Guardian stuff and they were giving us a hard time. They're all about the Reds, even though they probably live in Kentucky and stuff, and Columbus, same thing. So yeah, super cool, super fun. There's a ton of good stuff going on, and I would say to anybody that's having a hard time finding it or a hard time getting started, go to betJACK on Twitter. It's literally the pinned tweet up at the betJACK social, and that sends you to an actual landing page where it explains it in a little bit more detail. It's written out, and there's links to click that'll actually redirect you right on your phone to the App Store or the Google Play Store. So for someone that doesn't know, and Jay even said I might even ask Padone to explain this to me, I have no clue what I'm doing, because we really don't. We told you that the last time we had you on, but what was kind of the purpose, or what is the hope for this app, kind of getting that out there to people before Ohio really becomes legal with sports betting?
Yeah, definitely. So it is legal. The sports betting is legal in Ohio right now. Right now, they're in the phase where they're waiting for rules and regulations to be written and distributed to be able to get licenses out to everybody, to us, to FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, the whole nine. Everybody's in this kind of waiting pattern. So while we're waiting, and while all the hype was out that sports betting is legal, it is coming, we were well, what could we do to kind of take this to the next step? And it the only answer was to do a free betting app. And the reason why is because we don't want people to sign up if it is January 1, 2023, and bet insane parlays every bowl game, go super hard, blow their entire bank account, not win anything. And then they're okay, I don't even know what I bet on. Sports betting sucks, and I'm never going to do it again.
Right.
Because that's not fun. That's not fun. It is
pretty much me and Kevin can learn how to bet from here till then.
Dude, exactly. Yeah. So
all right, it's on now. I'm going to have a lot of fun in this app.
Yeah.
So I could bet without losing money right now to learn, basically. Because I'm in Ohio. I don't travel. I don't go to bet. I've never been to a sports book in my life. So yeah, this will be awesome to learn on.
Yeah. So every day when you log in, every 24 hours it resets. And when you log in, it's on login, you get 100 free tokens is what it is. So you pretty much have $100 to bet on anything. And they have everything on here. I've had this
All right, how many tokens you got right now?
That's classified.
Oh, classified.
No, I got 69.
That's why I didn't plug in.
I got 6,900 tokens right now.
So you're doing pretty good for fake money right now.
That, and I've had it for a while.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm sure there's been the days where it's been the big chunk just came out of that.
Recently. Recently. And that's the cool part too, right? It does work just like a sports book. So there is Can I plug in?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So I can plug in and actually show you guys on this. But it works just like a sports book where you could actually go see your old bets and this is like embarrassing, but I mean, I lost a 3-pick parlay on 420. You can see I bet 420 tokens on it. Then I bet the Nets straight up because I didn't think they were going to go down 0-2 to Boston. They did. Then I bet Guardians money line today. That didn't hit. And then I bet no run first inning, which is
so
one
you're
of my
jinxing my Guardians.
That's in sports, and that didn't hit either. But yeah, you could like roll through and see all of your old bets, and then you could see the bets that you currently have going on. And then this is kind of the homepage, what it looks like. You got baseball, hockey, football,
how cool,
pretty much everything on there. Yeah.
So, and I think it is important to know, we are talking about sports betting or just betting in general, the typical PSA, it can become addictive. It can become an issue for people, and people have gone through that, and there's plenty of helplines and help communities for that. But I think what we're seeing is kind of an emphasis in the sports world, and why a lot of people are talking about whether we've done it or not, why it's coming into general sports podcast, sports radio, on-air conversation, and you're looking at actual lines to these games. It's just becoming a natural part of the lexicon in
everything's changing right now. Like, for how many years you had to go to Vegas to bet on a game? That was it. That was the only place. Now there's states all over around us that you can bet on games, and we're going to be one of them soon. So everything's going to change, and how the sportscast media and everything is going to be changed. They're going to see lines, like live lines on the bottom of sports games and stuff, or what you can bet on and stuff. A lot of stuff's going to change.
Dude, it's incredible. It's incredible. And a couple things to Kevin's point. As far as responsible gaming goes, I mean, we're all about that. Same thing in the Twitter bio, Instagram bio, YouTube bio, all the bios. 1-800-GAMBLER. That's the number. If you feel yourself even starting to slip a little bit, reach out to help. It is supposed to be for fun. It is supposed to be just another way to enjoy the game. Instead of just rooting for somebody to win. All right, now you're rooting for somebody to win by 3 or more, so it just adds a little bit more fun. And then like some of the stuff with the player props and stuff too is just a lot of fun to get involved in. It's going to completely change how we watch and consume sports content, the same way that kind of fantasy football does in a way for a lot of people.
Actually, Nick, I had a question for you. I know this because I work with you on the Sports Parlor, but can you kind of
that in?
Dynamite drop in there.
You like that? So what I was going to ask is if you could kind of talk a little bit more about like the prop bets, because I think a lot of people don't really understand like the prop bets, because I find that kind of fascinating, just all the different little things.
That's what I was referring to, like on the tickers, it'll show like prop bets that you'll be able to, like in games, who's going to make the next basket and stuff like that. Correct,
dude? Yeah, it's phenomenal. So tonight the Suns and the Pelicans tip at 9:30. So you could click on that, and then they have like player specials. So you could bet on literally almost anything. Chris Paul points, rebounds, and assists will have over and under 38.5 of all those combined stats. You could get even as crazy to they have player to score first field goal of the game. So who scores the first basket? It's a literal crapshoot. You don't know.
Is there a bet where I could bet is someone trying to try to run on the court and get tackled?
No, so like I know a lot of those exotic prop bets exist, especially it's popular in the Super Bowl, right? Is there going to be a streaker and stuff? This app does have a lot of crazy stuff like that. It doesn't get as insane of some of the stuff, and that's just because U.S. markets aren't gonna offer a lot of that stuff. But a lot of it is offshore, which offers crazy Snoop Dogg gonna smoke on stage and that kind of stuff.
Right. But I think it still adds an element that, even without some of those more exotic kind of off the court, off the field things, it still feels like it opens up to more people, because there are people that, if they're a sports fan, they're not necessarily a fan of any team. They enjoy watching players. They enjoy they're more just into statistics, and, that kind of speaks to them a little bit with those over-unders with Chris Paul and the combined points, assists, rebounds, those types of things. So it kind of gives an angle for every single type of sports fan out there.
And there are so many ways to bet, right? So we wanted to get this all in front of everyone right now, so they have the next couple months to digest and understand, like, one, do I like sports betting at all to begin with? And two, okay, I like sports betting, particularly on this sport. Particularly, I like betting the spread. Particularly, I like betting, money line, over-unders, parlays, all these new things that obviously as sports fans, we're a little bit more familiar with than just the casual fan. But for the more casual audience, we wanted to make sure they have all of this in front of them, because if not, like, It's like, bro, like, what am I doing? You know, you download this, you see a bunch of numbers, and it's like, this is just completely overwhelming. But once you, kind of take the time, mess around with it, win 6,900 tokens, it's a good time.
See, for me, I'm actually looking forward to it. I got into fantasy football because, I'm a Browns fan and we suffered for so many years. Didn't get to watch anything fun. And I wanted to enjoy football. So that's what got me into fantasy football. This is where, like, I don't mind putting, like, as we say, pizza money on something. Yeah. Like, it'll make you can watch every game. It gives everything so much more excitement when you watch it. Just even if you win $20, cool, that's awesome. But you'll be invested in games that aren't just Cleveland centric anymore.
And I think, like, what's cool about this app is, you just mentioned fantasy football. There are people that do fantasy football just for fun, and it makes the NFL games more exciting. Not just when you watch your team, but then you watch that Sunday afternoon game, Sunday night, Monday night, or if you got the Red Zone channel or however you're watching football, it makes it more fun because now you're rooting for more. You're trying to look for more to happen in the league beyond your team. Here, there's probably going to be people that may not, especially in the beginning, they're not going to want to put actual money down, but they continue. Is this app going to continue even when, like, all the rules and regulations are out there for people almost to kind of play like an arcade type game, or is it going to go away and become, like, actually kind of require people to put money on it?
We're working through it. Working through it. Not sure yet what that's going to look like, obviously, just because that stuff isn't final, but we're definitely working through all that. We would like to keep it up because that'd be a lot of fun, but still working through that kind of stuff.
Again, we give people that just want to have some fun, and you're getting 100 tokens every single day. Let's see what I can do. And then if they get into it and kind of want to put, even like $10, $20, like, we're not talking about these people that put these exorbitant amount of money and just have this money to blow.
Mattress Mac. Mattress Mac.
Mattress Mac. This is like a $1 here or $5 there, maybe a $10 bet there. And because some of those bets can turn into a lot more money, you can get a lot more for.
What we should do, a little fun thing is, like, maybe we should all compete with each other. We'll start a day and like every day, and we'll have like a certain time, like, all right, this is where it ends, and then we'll see who made the most money.
So here's something that's completely unique to betJACK, and that's a really good point. So that lacks in the world of sports betting. So what we did is we wanted to integrate some sort of social platform to it. So I have obviously my own account, and then Jay, has your account, Kevin has your account. We could actually friend each other in the app. There's a friend code that we could text each other, and then everybody could become friends in this app. And exactly what you just said, we could monitor these bets kind of back and forth and who's doing what. So in like this, when you go to challenges, you could see that, like, I'm in a couple different challenges, like bet leagues with people where you could kind of, I won't, So you could kind of like, exactly do what you just said. Like, you set a 50 token limit every day where, we're all going to put 50 fake tokens into a certain sporting event every day. We could do it for the NBA playoffs. We could do it for the NFL, and then set a set period of time. And at the end, that's that. And we also have
whoever wins the most tokens is that winner.
The winner.
So, awesome bragging rights. Like,
statistics. So you got stats up here. So you kind of know a little bit what to do, and you can see like what sports you're good at, what sports you're not that great at. That's always fun to look at just because mine are like always really bad. And then activities is really fun too. So this is the part where you can actually share like with your friends. It's like a Facebook status. So you see, I got my one buddy on here, did no run first inning, which is like one of my big thing. So then you could just share like what you're betting on with your friends. And then the more friends you have, like the more you could share this kind of stuff and the more people could see it. So kind of a super cool, like social aspect into that.
And you can learn from that big time. Like if you're someone that's better at betting than you are than me, you're showing me I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I'm like, all right, now I'm seeing a pattern. And everything.
We could comment on each other's stuff too. Like, awesome. Dude, I'm never betting on that. Like, you've lost 5 in a row. Why would I ever bet on that?
For the record, I had no idea the social part of this existed.
Dude,
I totally just brought that up out of the blue.
It's super unique. I mean, no one's doing that, so it's super unique. We definitely want people to utilize it for that exact reason of, it just takes it to the next level where you could have that fun with your friends for free. You don't have to put that actual money behind it, like things like March Madness pools and all that kind of stuff that people do. So it's a super unique feature to the app that I really like, and to the point of just having fun and doing it. And it's kind of like a community thing. When I was down in Cincinnati for their opening day, just being, you know, the kind of person I am, obviously we're filming a video down there, and these people, you know, in the fans in the stands and stuff, like, see that we're doing a video. People have a zillion questions about it. We pretty much had like half the section betting on the same exact prop bet that we were. You know, there were Guardians fans, there were Reds fans. It was like the coolest thing because everybody then was cheering for the same outcome live at the game that we were at. And it was just super cool because I'm like sitting here, me, my buddy who's filming, and then like 30 strangers, like all betting that there won't be a run in this first inning. And like we have people actively like cheering.
Every out is just like, yeah, there we go.
Dude, everybody was like, three more, you know, like in between innings. It was just super fun. So that kind of stuff, the community aspect of it just like takes it to a whole new level because it's a completely different way to watch sports, and it's bizarre to see people have.
We're definitely have to go to a Guardians game this year as a group and do this. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And it just makes, you know, again, how big social media is, like social interaction through these types of things, through apps, through websites right now. You know, that's such a cool added element. Last question for you, Padone, on this.
Yeah.
When do you say Ohio gets actually set with all these rules, regulations, and can, you know, we'll have places for people to go to do this?
So I can officially put money on a game in Ohio.
So I will say that there's no set date right now. So we're like, we know, like, I'm being dead serious.
Get on it, DeWine.
No, it's not him. It's not him. So
I'm gonna yell at him anyway.
So he's done his part. So right before Christmas, Mike DeWine did his part, and I was super pumped to see that. Right, like I put out a shirt that said "Legalized Sports Betting Ohio."
I remember.
And the O in sports was the state of Ohio. And I raised like a couple $100 for local schools. I just like found teachers that had, I forget what the website was called, like Donor Choose or something. I was able to buy like vacuum cleaners and like English textbooks and all this kind of stuff. And that's where the tax money is going to go from actual legalized sports betting. 100% of that tax money goes back to the schools, which I think is super cool. Just as a public school kid myself in high school. So that's super dope. So he did his part in December around Christmas. He signed that bad boy into, you know, a bill that's legal, whatever, we're done. Now it is just the waiting pattern of rules and stuff. So it's not Mike DeWine. I've chilled out on him a lot. He did what I did not think he was going to do and held up to his end of the deal. So the good news is it will be no later than January 1st, 2023. Okay. So like nightmare scenario, which is it is a very real scenario, just being candid with you guys, that it could be January 1, 2023, but you never know. You know, they could
have it before football season, possibly.
I don't know. If I was betting on it, no, I probably wouldn't even bet on it because like nothing that they do surprises me. So yeah, it's just too hard to say right now. But I would say that probably like January 1, 2023 would be like what I'm leaning towards, just kind of the way that it seems to be going, which is tough, but you still get the NFL playoffs, you still get bowl games, you still get college championships. So there is a ton of stuff at the beginning of 2023 that'll be fun to bet on. It's a bummer, but that it won't be here for football season, but it's all the more better to like use training camp, get your feet into that world. Yeah. And then eventually we want to tie tangible things to betJACK training camp. So if people, you know, participate in challenges, we've already done giveaways on social media at betJACK where people, you know, tweet their bet slip, whatever random thing that they're betting on, and they get free GV art shirts and like swag and that kind of stuff. So we want to keep doing that. We want to keep tying tangible things to this free app just to get people, you know, to have that kind of fun for free before it actually starts and win, you know, possibly Browns tickets or Guardians suite for literally $0. That'd be super fun, I think.